Hello and welcome to Pretend Pruser. Today we've got a FlashForge Guider II to review. It's not a new printer to the market, it's probably been around for about 18 months now. The price is really good at the moment, so I thought I'd get one in and check it out. Let's see what it's like. So then, welcome back, the FlashForge Guider II. Let's have a look at the specs first, I think. The build volume is 280 wide by 250 depth by 300 high, that's millimeters. Filament is 1.75. The bed goes up to 110 degrees and it gets there quite fast. The hot end goes up to 240 degrees, so it's fine for your PLA, ABS, TPU, PETG, all your basic standard filaments. As I said, the filament size is 1.75. The filament spool that you get is this thing here. Not overly impressed with that really. I'll show you why in a bit. What else is there to mention? It's a pretty much out of the box experience. You've got to remove a couple of yellow clips from holding the belt and obviously put the spool holder on the back. Level the bed and you're ready to go. You can honestly get printing within, I'd say, 5-10 minutes from out of the box for your first print and you're away. It's been a very good printer this for me. I've been trialling it for probably about 2-3 months now. Very impressed with it, never had a failed print. I've been using it mostly for, I'd say, business purposes. I run a little 3D company, printing company on the side, and it's been going non-stop. I probably run about, I don't know, 6 or 7 kilograms of filament through it. Really good, really good. The bits and bobs I can show you that I've printed. I've got these. Now these were printed in that orientation, sticking up like that. And if you can have a look, and so there's no Z banding or anything like that. None at all. Now you might think, what's Z banding? I'll show you. So this has been printed on a different printer. I won't mention any names, but you can see the lines going across, and that's basically your Z banding or your Z wobble or whatever you want to call it. And then this was printed on this machine. And you can see there it's night and day difference. You know, it's really, really good. I have been very, very impressed, like I say. So then, what do I think its good points are and what do I think its bad points are? What should we go for first? Well, for the bad points actually. So, this is my first pet hate, is the spool holder. Now the reason why I don't like that is because it does fit its own spool, and if you order the Steady-Tech spools from box, they also fit. But the things like your BQ spools, they won't work. What's we got here? This is a Sunning one. They actually will fit. No, they won't quite click in, so they actually fall off by the time they've rolled around because of the angle this actually sits at, which is like that. Like that. Like that. The spool falls off. So in fact, let me get some pictures for you. And I don't want to take any pictures, I want to take a video. Right then. So on the back of the machine, it slots into these little slots. You've got 2 options. It might be for a dual, they might use this case for something else. But you can see here, I've just printed a replacement that I've been using for a good, I don't know, a few weeks. You can see there, printed in ABS this one, but you can obviously print it in PLA or whatever you want. You can see the angle on there is nice and flat because I've put little shoulders on. You can print your own. I'll put the STL on this, but then if you have a look at there, filament spool holder, you can see how it's angled down, and any spool, I don't know whether this will fit on it. Oh, that'll fit on it. That's not so bad. That's what I've been printing with. a lot of filament that I have got won't fit on that spool, and it generally just slides off as it rolls down. The sensor here, that's your filament sensor. So it has got a filament sensor, it has got power out resume. In fact, shall we have a little tour on it now? So you've got your power switch and your power cord at the back. You have got your filament sensor there, it's in that little block. Your sides, excuse the noise, your sides are solid. Obviously see-through door, got bits and bobs in here that have been printing. You've got a single hot end, single extruder. Again, this side is solid. This plastic lid, it does lift off quite easily. So if you're printing PLA or any materials that don't require an enclosure, I'm gonna drop this. Hold on. There we go. Put that down there. So it's quite tidy inside. You've got all restraint reliefs for your cables. The X-axis has got a ribbon cable, which is really good. Power resume, did I say that? It's got power resume as well as filament detection. You've got opto sensors as well, rather than your micro switches, for making sure it's a bit more accurate. The touch panel here, you've got wireless, so I've got wireless enabled down here. In fact, let's have a quick look. So you change your filament, your automatic level, your home, manual move, so you can move it up or down. There you go. About screen, it's actually just updated with a new firmware. I think I've had it about, I don't know, 2-3 months now, and it's updated probably about 2 or 3 times, so they are still working on the firmware. I think that's very good. So settings, so English, when you first get it, make sure you've got resume print on, so that's your power out. You can set your Wi-Fi up there. You can set it to print from the cloud, which I've not done as yet. You've got extruder calibration, so you can set your Z offset. Startup sound, I've got them disabled because they start getting annoying after a bit. The check servo mode, that basically drops a little alarm, I'll show you that in a second. High temperature extruder mode, so you can actually buy a high temperature extruder for that. This is all metal hot end, I think they're about £120. And it's a really easy mod to do, apparently. You just undo a couple of screws up there and one in here, and it drops out, and you just swap the cables around. So I might actually have a go at doing that. If I do, I'll put it on video for you. You can turn your lights on and off. So what you want to do is make sure you've got filament check on there as well. So make sure you've got print resume, and make sure you've also got filament check on, and they're both your filament out and your power out resume. So if power does go out, you do run out filament, it will stop, pause, and you can resume the print after. And I've tried it and it works really well. And the first time I did, it didn't work, and it's because I didn't have that filament on. It just ran out of filament and just kept printing in thin air. So make sure you've got that checked. So for bed leveling, when you first get your machine, you'll have to level the bed. Now this is really easy to do. It's an assisted level. It's probably one of the easiest machines I've leveled. It just takes a little bit of time to do, that's all. This is the original bed cover plate. You can get these just stick on, and if I was buying one of these machines from box, I'd probably buy a spare sheet to go with it. I think they're only about £7.99. It's always worth having a spare, just in case you cause any damage to it. That's all. Okay. So as you see, it's going up. It's saying, please wait while the extruder and platform finish initial movements. So let's just do that now. As you can see, these are quite substantial. You know, full aluminium base. Really well made, put together. These are your adjustments here. So you've got 3 adjustments. So it adjusts it like a triangle sort of shape. The bed is actually 24 volt. and I actually had a sneaky look inside to see exactly what was inside it and what's it running, and as you can see on the picture here, it seems very well built. It's got its own branded board. It's running a 500 watt Meanwhile power supply, 24 volt, which is really good. It's one of the better power supplies I think in the 3D printing world. So here we go. Screw the 3 nuts under the platform counterclockwise until they are tight. So basically he's saying bring the bed down as much as you can. Because I've already levelled this, I don't need to do it, but it's so it doesn't crash into the bed. So I'll pretend that you've twisted them round, and then you press OK. So it's very fine, the distance between the nozzle and the plate. So you see the little arm that flipped down there? That's got a little, I don't know if you can see that on the screen, it's got a little switch on it. And it's just testing it a couple of times to make sure the height is right. And it's saying here, let me just go up a bit so you can read it. Distance too big. Turn all 3 nuts under the platform clockwise equally until you hear a beep. So I'm just going to turn it down. What's that? Clockwise. Oh, wrong way. There we go. I just need to verify it now. So it's even telling you which way to turn it. And it's just double checking it now just to make sure that it's happy with the height. And it's saying congratulations, tap OK, move to the next point. And that's about as difficult as it gets. So you get it out of the box, you put the filament spool holder on the back, that's right. And when you power it on, you can connect it to your Wi-Fi if you want, and then you level the bed, which is what it's doing now. And it's just telling you which way to move the adjustment screw underneath. So it's really easy. There's no messing around with pieces of paper or anything like that. It's just saying too big again. Oh, it must be right on the edge. I'm just going to move it a little bit. Press that, stop it making all them noises. Like I say, it was level anyway. So the last one, I should be happy with that now. And it only does 3 points, it doesn't do 4 points. A bit like the Ultimaker, it only uses 3 points. And it says congratulations, press OK. Move to the next point. And there's the last point. And we'll see if it likes that or not. Don't know why it moves it down so far, but there we go. Distance too big. So move it counterclockwise. There we go. Just waiting again, it'll do a check and it should be fine then. Now if you do find that it's printing a little bit too high or a little bit too low, then you can do the extruder offset or the extruder calibration. But I found I've not needed to do that. That's it, level complete. Okay, finish. So then what have I gone through? I've gone through the bed leveling, I've shown you a bit of the menu. Like I say, it is Wi-Fi, so it will connect to your Wi-Fi. Let me have a look, see what's on. I know mine's already connected, it's already connected, but it picks up all the rest. And then you can type your password in as normal on there. I'll just show you around here. So you've got your USB, so you can run it direct from a PC, or you've actually got a network cable port there, and you've got a USB port there, and there's a button there, and that just takes you down to your main menu. And I'll show you the print software now. So here's your flash print software. Now before you do anything, I'd probably go to FlashForge.com and make sure you're downloading the latest version. So click on software, click on flash print, which is the one you want, and on here on the left hand side, software download, and there's flash print 4.1. so it's for Windows 64-bit, Windows 32, Mac OS, Linux 32-bit and Linux 64-bit. So in my case I would download the Windows 64-bit. So once you've downloaded it, install it. It'll then ask you to choose a printer. In my case I've chosen the FlashForge Guider II, just to make sure I am on the latest version. It is there 4.1 64-bit. So once you've set up FlashForge and chosen your printer, you then really need to load an STL. So click load. It's as easy as that. I'm going to load my filament holder in. Now if I wanted to print that, you can see I would need supports underneath because that bit's in fresh air. So we'll go through these buttons at the side first. So the first one's view, then we've got move, or you can type in the distance to move. We've got rotate, or if you double click that you can rotate it that, which is really good. I also like this surface to platform. So if I double click that, or double click that, or double click that, you get the idea. Whatever I'm clicking goes straight to platform. So if I double click that, I'll show you what the supports are like on this. So the flash print, wrong button, flash print can do two different types of supports. So you've got a tree-like support or a linear support. So we'll do tree-like. So we'll auto supports. So there you go, there are your tree supports there, like branches. Just clear them, and we'll go on to the linear supports, and we'll auto support that. And there your linear supports. Right, just go back here to rotate. I'm going to put it back on the base. Click support, click auto support, and it'll generate them like that. And that's what I want to use for this model. So I'll click back. It's saying do you want to save the supports. Now you don't have to save them at all. So you click no. It doesn't actually delete them, it just means that you're saving them onto the model, and I'm quite happy not to save the model. You could actually save this model as an STL file and then import it into another slicer program, and your support would still be there. So it says already in the bottom right hand corner that I'm connected to my 3D printer, which is my FlashForge Guider. So I'm just going to disconnect it. So you would connect it normally via up here, connect machine, and you choose the machine there. Or if it's not connected, I'm going to click print anyway. I want to print when slicer's done. So if I tick that, then it's asking me now to connect to the machine, so I'll just connect. You see it's connected down there again. Now this is actually expert mode. So let's go back into basic mode and show you. Right, so click print. Print when slicing done. It's got the name of the printer. I'm going to use PLA for this one. I do want supports, and I am going to enable the raft. Now the raft is an extra piece of filament or layers that go down to support the actual item you're printing. It just makes it easier to remove off the bed, and also if you have to use a scraper, you're damaging the raft and not the actual part. This is the speed, so I'm just going to go for standard speed. You can see down here the layer height change, so 0.3 is fast, 0.18, 0.12, and the very high quality is 0.08 layer height. You can change your shells, infill, speed, temperature. So I'm going to go for standard. Shells, I'm going to up them all to 4. I want to make the part a bit thicker around the outside before anything else. Infill 15%, quite happy. Speed, quite happy. I don't like the platform printing at 30 degrees. I want it printing at 60 degrees, so I get a bit better adhesion there. and that's it. So I'm just going to click OK. It asks me now to save it. I'm not bothered where it saves because I've asked it to automatically upload to the printer. So it's slicing the model now down in the corner, and once it's sliced it'll quickly save it, and now it should upload it to the printer. So it'll automatically upload to the printer, and then it'll start printing. In your top right here you can see print time's 4 hours 10 minutes. It'll take about 20 meters of filament, and it'll weigh about 50 grams. It'll weigh about 57 grams. And that's it. That's flash print really. It's very easy to use. If you hold down your left mouse button, you can drag your, let's get rid of that, you can drag your bed left and right, up and down. If you hold down your right mouse button, you can orbit around it. It's pretty straightforward. So I think that's it now. Let's do a bit of a sum up. So then, the FlashForge Guider II. I think the hardest thing about setting it up was getting it out of the box. It's quite a heavy printer, weighs about 22 kilograms. FlashForge have been around for a bit. They've not just come on the scene, they've been around. My first FlashForge printer was a Dreamer, and that was probably, what, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years ago. And they actually make, or they did make, printers for Dremel. The 3D20 was the same as the Dreamer, and I think then they moved to the 3D40 and the 3D45, and I'm not sure whether FlashForge make them as well. So yeah, really good machine. Like I say, the hardest thing was getting out of the box. Really easy to set up, dead easy to level. Would make a great first machine, would make a great machine for a company to use, a manufacturer company. It's what I've been using it for. I've been printing things off for clients. The prints have been that good. I didn't have any problems at all with that. You can use it at home for all your normal benches, Groots, Avengers, all the rest of the stuff that people print, and I print them too. So it's good for that. As you've seen, the print quality is really fantastic. It does your PLA. I'm looking at probably investing in a high temp nozzle. They're about £120 I think, and that'll allow me then to print up to 300 degrees. It's an all metal hot end. You then need to enable it from the touchscreen menu, which is just a press of a button. The upgrade will probably only take about 5–10 minutes, not a big thing at all. If you would like me to document it, video it, or do whatever, then just please comment down below. I'd be more than happy to when it arrives. Not ordered it yet, but I probably will do. And I think that's it really. I wish FlashForge I'd supply a better filament spool. But as soon as you get your machine, if you're getting one, then print yourself one of these. I'll link the STL down below. Yeah, really impressed with it. Glad I got it. Been using it non-stop, like I said. Probably shoved about 6 or 7 rolls through it. I've done ABS, PLA, and also I've done a little bit of TPU. I needed a couple of feet for a speaker, so I printed them in it. So yeah, really good. Well, I hope this review has been helpful, and just please comment, subscribe, like, don't like down below, and well, see you again soon. Take care.